days back, while leisuring around in my bed, dying of sickness as a small dog walked all over my face, smelling like shit, I saw something that was truly repugnant. And it fit perfectly with the smell of small dog shit. And that is Activision. Activision once was a megalith, a giant. I should have said monolith. Oh well. It kind of reminds me of, what was it? Ozymandias Activision. Where there's like that one statue, blah, 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 blah. Look upon my work, O ye mighty, and despair. And all that's left of this monolith that shows the great and might of Ozymandias was his feet, because that was all that was left of what was once his great statue and his great empire. That's Activision. There was a point when Activision's Call of Duty was like, it was yearly, so it was damn near like a holiday. Call of Duty came out and you and your friends went out and bought it. I know I did when I was a console gamer and I didn't know any better. I used to think Call of Duty was the shit. My first Call of Duty is Call of Duty 3. Call of Duty Modern Warfare fucked my life up because it was the most legit shit that happened in my life. Then there was World at War. Still good. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. My dick flew off because I kept dropping bombs on motherfuckers. Only there was esports then. I could have been the Taquito of Call of Duty. But, alas, it was not to be. And Activision got rid of Infinity Ward and continued to use the same shitty ass fucking engine. To this day, they just sort of modify it. A lot like Fallout and Bethesda keep modifying that creation engine. You're literally playing the same shit for the past 10 years or more. But anyway, that's a sign of a cheap ass company. I mean, they made billions of dollars. They partnered with Blizzard. Talk about a fucking monopoly if there ever was one. Too much conglomerate corporate power, too much money, and these fuckers can't give you a better goddamn engine for Call of Duty. Well, now Activision and all of their greed, because ever since Overwatch came out, the tide of first-person shooters has shifted so hardcore. You know, it's like CSGO, Overwatch, what else is big? Everybody's losing their minds over PUBG. I never got into it. I mean, I was playing it for a while, but it never clicked with me. Soon it'll be Escape from Tarkov and so on. And this dog is gonna escape from Tarkov when I break my foot off in its tiny ass if it bites another goddamn wire. Choo-chee! Choo-chee! Sit. Good dog. Anyway, Call of Duty, Activision patented... Basically, Activision wins a patent that uses matchmaking to make you want to buy stuff, microtransactions and so on and so forth. Looking at the patent itself, it seems kind of confusing. But when you read it off, it then makes a bit of sense. It basically puts you up in the matchmaking systems where you might come across a player who has something you have been looking at, you know, like some new skin or maybe a gun or God only knows what the fuck they'd want to sell you. And you're looking at it, you want to buy it, but you're not sure, you're on the fence. It's kind of like anything in life. All you need is one good push. And usually, you know, statistically they say when there's something you want to buy, you see it everywhere. Like when I was going to buy my first Mustang, I never saw a Mustang before that day, but I swear to God, everywhere I went, there was a fucking model and year Mustang I was going to buy.
The Pinto, man. The fucking Pinto, dude. The Ford.
The same with my motorcycle. I didn't see any Yamahas in the area. Then all of a sudden, Yamaha R6s were like everywhere, specifically the liquid silver. Might have been just one dude following me. So anyway, Activision decided to take this sort of subliminal message, if you will, and manipulate you mentally into believing it was a sign or something, or to coax you into basically pulling the trigger and buying this. For instance, the system may match you up with a more experienced marquee player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make in-game related purchases and items possessed by or used by the marquee player. A junior player may wish to emulate the marquee player by obtaining weapons or other items used by the marquee player. This is kind of ridiculous because the only person you'd want to emulate would probably be fucking Seagull. In the sense of they need to match you with Seagull or something like that before you go, I gotta use the same stuff he's using. Because if somebody lights you up in Overwatch, for instance, you don't sit there and light them. You're like, I fucking hate that skin. I can't believe they're using that gold gun. If they're just gonna be fucking Symmetra and do nothing but hide behind turret walls like a bitch. So essentially, I find this to be flawed. But hey, they might know more than me. They're paying people who finish college to basically try and mentally manipulate the weak of mind. And this all comes down to manipulation, a lot like the gambling and loot box system. I mean, really, the whole thing is basically made to prey on people with compulsive disorders. People who just can't fucking say no to the shit they want. It's like people who get into relationships and then become sex addicts. I can't say no to pussy, said Russell Brand. Or when Russell Brand was like, oh, I can't say no to cocaine. And then he started sucking off dudes for blow. I mean, that is, you can tell the guy had an addictive personality. The same is here. Some people can't say no to those loot boxes. The microtransaction engine may analyze various items used by the marquee player, and if the items are being promoted for sale, match the marquee player with another player, i.e. junior player, that does not use or own the item. Similarly, the microtransaction engine may identify items to be promoted, identified marquee player that uses those items, and match the marquee players with other players who do not use those items. In this manner, the microtransaction engine may leverage the matchmaking abilities described herein to influence purchase decisions for game-related purchases. What, are they hoping that someone that's actually better than the person new to the game, kicking the shit out of people new to the game, will sit there and equate that, hey, maybe that gun he's using gives him that sort of edge, I need that edge in the game. They must think we're fucking lemmings. I mean, really, in the grand scheme of things, this is just another blatant omission of how video gaming is no longer about storytelling or a good experience. It's all about how they can figure out how to get more money out of you. Now just buying the game isn't enough for these assholes. It isn't. Now they want you to buy the game, and the funny thing is people keep going, hey, the microtransactions are fine with me because the games haven't raised in prices. But when you think about it, really think about it, the game's $60, and usually every game now has a fucking season pass. Let's say Battlefront 1, perfect example. You buy the game, it's introductory, basically, Battlefield 1. If you don't have the fucking season pass, you don't have the whole fucking game. So, you need the season pass to have the entire complete experience of the game. Depending on how much the season pass is, we're shooting you already $100 to $120 fucking dollars. Then on top of that, it's not enough that they got you for the game, they got most of you for the season pass. Now these cock sniffers want to fucking nickel and dime you with microtransactions and loot boxes. Now you got loot boxes. Now they're sitting there, it's not enough the loot boxes are there and people are buying it. We now have to force the people who are on the fence to buy, that think they might want to buy the loot box, but they don't want to spend any more money this week because they got other obligations. Let's put them in matches where we know this will mentally manipulate the shithead into thinking if he doesn't get that fucking teal gun for Call of Duty, he'll never be as good as that asshole over there with the custom fucking moniker. I don't even think, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't. This is shitty. It never ends. It never ends. Gaming is garbage now, dude. The fact that gaming is mainstream, this is what we're dealing with. This is the same thing that cable companies did. They kept putting those goddamn stupid motherfucking cable box specials down your goddamn fucking throat. For a limited time now, buy the special $120 gigabyte special. We'll let you have 2 megabytes of upload and download speed, unlimited calling on your phone, and 75 of our best shitty channels. And you get that package, the internet sucks dick, the phone service kind of blows because who really uses a home phone anymore? And the television, you got one channel you like, and then you got like 74 other channels of fucking bullshit. Fucking Duck Dynasty cocksuckers laying in the goddamn bog shooting shit. Fuck you. Now the cable companies are dead. The music industry did the same thing, always overcharging people, but they couldn't figure out microtransactions. Now the video game industry is the biggest thing. Video games top everything. Movies, music, you fucking name it. Everything but Netflix. That's why they're trying to do streaming video games. So that way they could get you to stream your game and then you don't get to fucking own it, period. I mean, right now you kind of don't own it with the DRM and Steam and shit, but they really, really, really don't want you to own it with streaming. It just doesn't end. Right now we're in the microtransaction loot box hellhole. And of course Activision puts out some sort of lazy ass apology. You get a better apology from fucking Adolf Hitler for fucking marching Jews into the ovens, dude. Activision said, this was an exploratory patent filed in 2015 by our R&D team working independently from our game studios. It has not been implemented in-game. as of fucking yet, basically. They haven't figured out how to get this shit to work, that's it. But the second they got it working, I guarantee it. Someone will catch it in a game, because these gaming industry cocksuckers can't stop. Just like with Street Fighter 4, if you remember, I know, this is a little off topic, but Street Fighter fucking 4, the DLC was all on the disc, dude. It was all on the fucking disc. You had to pay to, oh my fuck. They could have just let you have that shit. They could have been just like Street Fighter board. Bam! All the characters, motherfucker. Akira Tozawa! You know, enjoy yourself, American. No. They sat there and said, we will get every dime from Round Eyes. Gaijin cocksucker Taquito for the win. That was racist. Yeah, I can't. I'm like choking myself. I'm like speaking a mile a minute with a fucking cold and being pissed off and slowly suffocating myself. Probably what Activision would want. One less internet guru, as DSP calls us. I don't know what to tell you, frankly. I honestly believe that video gaming is no longer for gamers. I don't think it is. Let's face it, as much as I piss and moan, as much as many of us piss and moan, as much as people who watch me understand that the system is flawed and it's out to basically rip you off at every turn, I sometimes wonder if we're even making a dent. Because when you think about it, look at Shadow of War. I'm sure it's sold millions of copies, and I'm sure they've made a lot of money off loot boxes. Because for every one guy like me or you, there's like 100 motherfuckers who don't give a shit what's going on YouTube. They're hanging out at fucking Walmart in the middle of the night, scratching their nuts. You know, I'm kind of bored. I want something to play. Shadow of War. I like Lord of the Rings. They buy it, they take it home, they play a little bit. I'd like some better orcs. I guess I'll pay for some loot boxes. Bing, bang, boom. And then fucking Warner Brothers executives blow a wad on a picture of Reagan, because Reaganomics gets all those rich bastards hard. And the wheel keeps turning. I mean, if there wasn't any profitability in this, these fuckers wouldn't be doing it, flat out. If they weren't making money doing this, they wouldn't do it. If they didn't think it was possible, if they didn't think that this could be something in the future, they wouldn't have patented it, all right? I mean, nobody patents bad ideas. Oh, wait. All right, I take that back. No company with money would patent a bad idea, or an idea they didn't think that in one way or another would become a reality in the future and they'd own the rights to. That's all it boils down to. And on that note, I should get out of here, because looking at this does bother me. And I know I'm late on it. Please forgive me. A few more days and I'll be back to tip-top shape. And once I'm back to full anger powers, I'm going to go right after DSP Gaming. And I know some people don't want that. He's an easy target, but I can't ignore a guy defending the loot boxes in the shadow of fucking war, man. For the sole purpose of... for another time. I can't actually give him more of a shit than me, especially in the age of apathy. Rate, comment, subscribe if you so choose to. If not, to hell with it. I understand. Fuck it. You know? It's your prerogative. But if you so choose to follow me, just know that each one of you that is behind me, the louder my voice becomes, the less I can be ignored, and I cannot be bought like my contemporaries who so easily will sell their miserable little souls to go to E3 or fucking where CD Projekt Red is and get their balls fucking stroked. Oh, I know who you're talking about, you son of a bitch. Adios, bichachos.